But he's a big guy. He's a massive dude. Like Rodney Coleman.
No,
he's not
he's
particularly
short.
tall. Yeah,
He's like 5'6", 5'7", man. Small guy.
And you know what? He was a cop.
Yeah.
And when I saw him like locker room, like putting on his blues and
Yeah.
stuff, I was like, oh my God, imagine that guy is chasing you.
Yeah.
It's,
He said it on the podcast that he had no trouble being a cop. No one gave him trouble. He said it 1 or 2 times in his whole career. He had to be a little bit aggressive, but people just like, you got me, man. You got me.
Whoever was aggressive to him was on fucking bath salts, bro. Or blind or had vision issues, because that dude was just Google him. He mutant.
Yeah.
Nonsense muscles. Like just every vein was popping out, and he would just like he just looked like he was gonna explode. He looked like the dude from Big Trouble in Little China. Like he was just gonna pop. Like just It was so big, it was disgusting, man.
He comes to your window and just asks for your license.
Every cop should look like that. He's like a bouncer. Yeah. He just looks intimidating. You just stop all crime in his district just by putting posters of him like flexing his bicep or something.
It's funny because he mentioned for his police force, I don't know where he's located, but they had to go through extensive schooling. And they needed like a degree in like, he had a degree in something else, and I think it was a crazy protocol to get to being a cop. So when Joe asked him about like what was there violence in like that in your group, he said almost never, because they knew how to handle every situation. They were really good, you know. And I think that's being a hot topic right now is what's going on with the fucking police and all that stuff. And I think a lot of it is just that I don't know if they're letting anyone be a cop now, but it's just clearly the protocols are not strict or as effective as like an army Marine would be training, you know.
Like every one of them should be like Spetsnaz. Every one of them should be able to like disarm somebody and like not be afraid of someone if they have a weapon. Yeah, like if you have to be like some 20-something-year-old fucking you know, you're still shitting yellow, as they say. Like you're just a baby. You're green. Yeah. And like Rogan says it all the time. It's the hardest job on the fucking planet, other than like those crab hunting guys. Like those
crab fishermen. That's pretty intense too.
Yeah, but like you get in, so you have a certain like aptitude with like your gun and your body is a certain physique, and then that's it. You know, like I don't have to take my driver's license again. I don't have to. You know, there's things you just get your license and you're good. Yeah. And then these guys start getting fat. It's a stressful job. You're gonna get fatter. Yeah. You know, like you have to. You almost need like pros available all the time, like counselors that are keeping you in check.
Yeah. And what's your psychological state? Are you in PTSD, or like what are we doing for the PTSD?
Again, holistic. You know, like you're not just. It's not just about how are you physically well, and like when you shoot, especially a pistol, you need to be really calm to have any kind of aim. It's intimidating. It's hard. It's like, I mean, it's intimidating. It's a gun, first of all, but like, it's any little deviation is a huge miss, like past like a certain amount of feet, you know? Yeah. And it's you got to be in the fucking zone, you know? And it's they're training you to put your fucking finger on the trigger, like to be ready, essentially. You know, you see those FBI guys when they get nervous, they put their hand on their even if they don't have the gun. It's muscle memory. They're just yeah, and that's a human being. That's somebody's fucking baby who you're training to just be in this fight or flight all the time, and then they have to not kill people all the time. You know, like that's. But
imagine the paranoia too. Like
exactly.
Everyone is an enemy in your eyes.
Yeah, look, your fascia is like all set up to be. You're just spring loaded. Yeah, all the time. I can't imagine. I would never want to do that job.
It's a terrible job. I don't know. Yeah. You know, but it's scary to see what's happening and what kind of.
Is it scary? It was only worse, right? It's just all being exposed now.
Well, that was a big point. It was like, I forgot who tweeted it, but it's like racism. What did he say? Racism isn't new. It's just being filmed or something like that.
I think it was Will Smith.
Yeah, and that hit. It's just now it's being filmed. Now it's being exposed. But it was been like this for so long. And these fucking cops, some of them with this power-hungry mentality, maybe they were a high school bully or just this fucking asshole person, or who knows.
Or
maybe,
bullied.
Yeah, or bullied. Or maybe the job just fucked their mind up and they never had any type of therapy or any type of assessment, psychological assessment. And then you see these guys with these fucking files on them of previous misdemeanors and misconducts and all sorts of crazy shit. And then now they finally get caught for the fucking one more thing. But then you look at their folder and there's like 10 fucking things they did. You know, where's the due diligence there? Where's the fucking internal affairs maybe looking at each person, you know?
It's tough, man, because it's like a brotherhood too.
Yeah.
You're going through a crazy experience and you're doing it with a bunch of other people. And even if it's like a person you've never met across the world, you know, like, oh, that guy's a cop too. Like, we're brothers now, or sisters, or whatever.
And
like
we got each other's backs.
Yeah, like
this is our team.
Yeah,
and that's fucked up because that's human nature to be in teams. We see it in sports. People get aggressive. You're a Bruins fan, I'm a Habs fan, or whatever. We're gonna fucking fight it out, whether it's physical or verbally. All of a sudden, you're my enemy.
Manchester, the fucking hooligans.
Yeah, and that's such an issue when it comes to when you're supposed to protect the people. Now you're against the people in a sense because it's a brotherhood and it's us versus them. Whenever you have an us versus them dynamic, it's always going to fucking fuck up at some point. It's going to get corrupted. It's
like a highly charged kind of parental thing, and your ego is involved no matter who you are. And like, I've thought about it a lot. I've just tried to imagine myself in that position because I've met some fucking cool cops.
Yeah, me too.
Who've just they're just not like ruined yet or whatever you want to. I don't want to be callous about it.
Or maybe those were the ones that are actually fit for the job.
Or maybe they're just young.
Yeah.
And like I said, like they're not like something didn't fuck them up yet, you know, or maybe there's something reluctant about it. They don't want to be a cop. They just feel like they should or something. And maybe that keeps them humble. But
I know a guy from jiu-jitsu. He's been trying to get on the police force in Quebec and they rejected him. So he tried to go to Ontario. This guy is one of the most honest people I've ever met. And like, say what you want about cops, but this guy, like, I want him to be a cop. Like this guy is fucking moral. He's rational and he's just such a good human. And he trains jiu-jitsu. He's like a purple belt or a blue belt. And he was telling me, he's like, I go to the fucking the trainings for the police force and none of them know what they're doing.
Yeah, they exceed
like he said he just gives them the arm because he like
because he knows what to do.
Yeah,
like, he just slips
like,
out.
Okay, here, take it. But like,
start on top of me. Let's see what happens, kind of thing.
But it's people like that. Like, that's the kind of people that give me hope that there's still some type of positivity that can go into that field. But it's really just about who they're putting in there. You know, what kind of training these people had.
If you go holistic again, though, it's like how are they being treated after? Like who can they talk to? Like, are they getting paid enough to take months off and recover if they're really like PTSD'd or something? You know, like imagine all that I just said. Plus, you're in this job where it's straight up us versus them. Like it just has to be that way. You're given authority, like by the state or the province or the country. Like you're not above the law. That's no one should be, but you are the law. You're the policy enforcer, unfortunately. And those policies can be corrupt, and that's unfortunate too. And it's hard to tell a cop just quit. You know, like this is my life. This is my job. It's like telling truckers they have to learn how to program. Like it's not a nuanced argument, but you are going to face that dynamic where day after day you feel like you're the bad guy. And you're trying to do this because you're trying to serve and protect. Somewhere in your head, you want to be the hero. Yeah. And that can get ugly in the ego. And again and again and again, it's like these people are not listening to me. I'm the cop. They should listen to me. One way or the other. Yeah. One way or the other. You're building that. You're either going to get defeated and you're going to slip up, or your day is going to turn into fuck these people. Yeah. I'm the cop. No one listens to me, but they got to listen to me. I got the cuffs. I got the badge. I got the gun. I got the siren. I'm the guy. Yeah. You start getting that bitterness. Yeah. You know? And how do you avoid that? It's your job. Every day I don't want to say like brainwashing you or hypnotizing you, but like everything we do daily is a hypnosis.
But it's the scenery too. It's just it's
the environment.
Yeah. And then when you go in, all of a sudden that's the persona that everyone looks at you differently. And then all of a sudden you have an authority. And whether you like it or not, the environment's going to callous you into this person of, no, you need to listen to what I have to say, or you have to comply to me. I have this power over you. And it's fucked up, man. It corrupts you so easily. I don't know. I can't imagine myself in that position, and I can't imagine myself doing the right thing all the time if I was in that position.
Exactly. That's when you go like, I don't want to be a cop.
And I would never do it, man.
A lot of times when I think of politicians or police, any kind of like authority, anyone who's like above,
Yeah.
Just in one way or another, in a social way, you are above. You have responsibility. In every way, you need to have more consequence. And for all of that combined, people essentially should be forced into this. If you want to be a cop, if you want to be a politician, we got to ask you a lot of questions. But if it's like you are qualified, but you're reluctant, you're going to do your job better.
Yeah.
Because you respect it. You don't want to be there. You know that you have to be there, and that you do have power. And fuck, man, it's a juggling act. I just can't imagine. I mean, politicians not even fall into that category anymore because it's all crony capitalism. It's all fucking, it's all just money exchanging hands, and we're just sitting here working and getting our fucking paycheck cut in half. And I don't want to get into that because I'm going to get pissed, but like, let's keep the gratitude vibe going.
Exactly.
The rap is wearing off. Let's find some more.